We will harness the sun and the winds and the soil to fuel our cars and run our factories.
But how far from your home or driveway are some of these technologies? Earlier this week, some clean tech investors and innovators gathered at a 128 conference to hear a presentation about the outlook for renewable energy.
The internet was true innovation. The cell phone was true innovation. And I think clean tech has an opportunity to be true innovation.
The presenter was Diraj Malkani, an authority on clean tech innovation, who discussed some of the startups his company has invested in. Many use what he called disruptive innovation that not only causes a fundamental shift in the marketplace, but introduces products that consumers will want.
Think is manufacturing today the first highway certified all-electric vehicle. It's 65 miles per hour top speed, 190 kilometers range, so it's possible, it can be done. And these guys have been able to do it.
Many in attendance had technical or scientific backgrounds and were curious how they could do the same with their ideas.
Do you see anything coming, in terms of fundamental innovation that can really make those technologies more viable than they are now?
Malkani explained that the main challenge right now is not the level of innovation, but getting access to development capital in times of economic hardship. A bright spot is President Obama's stimulus package, which provides large tax subsidies for companies investing in shovel-ready clean tech projects. But how does an entrepreneur take advantage of it?
How do you position yourself to get access to this money? Nobody has a clue, right? It's you just have to be there, you have to be in the process, and you have to have something that's shovel-ready.
One technology that Malkani's company is excited about is Gazelle, which has an idea that sounds a little like a digital electronics version of TV's Cash for Gold.
A website called gazelle.com that allows consumers to recycle their used electronics goods. The average consumer today has about 14 gadgets in their house, of which only 10% are in use. The rest of them are gathering dust in a drawer. So get those gadgets out, go to gazelle.com, enter the information, and within 30 seconds you should be able to get a check for recycling those goods instead of having them go in a landfill.
At present, renewable energy represents only a tiny percentage of the energy sector, although President Obama wants to make it 20% by 2020. The fact that coal is already an energy giant is good news for Kathy Ann Swindlehurst's company, which is developing a process to make it cleaner.
Our company does is something called coal gasification, which has been around for a while. It takes the coal and it heats it and it makes it into a gas called syngas. It's kind of like natural gas, and then you burn the gas to drive a gas turbine. We can take our technology and put it on an existing coal plant. And so we can change that coal plant from burning coal, which is pretty dirty, into using it as gasified coal, which is much cleaner.
Swindlehurst might see some of the stimulus money, but only for research. Other companies are more fortunate.
The stimulus money is definitely a huge help to our existing business model. It's made projects that were marginal under the old schemes of getting tax credits for renewable energy projects. It's made those projects far more attractive for investors.
It's easy to get lost in the minutiae, so it's important to remember the impetus behind it all.
Get rid of conspicuous consumption and embrace green as a cultural value. So instead of a McMansion, let's have solar panels on the roof. Instead of a Hummer, let's have a Prius.
For Waltham Newswatch, this is Chris Wangler.